So the two points that thank you, babe. The two things we did not cover were correspondence, I believe, and it was the eighth secret law, which is the law of gestation or care. We'll talk about that. So today, one of the reasons I believe that we saved this for today is because we're going to talk about the technology of prayer. And I say technology of prayer because we are talking about spirit tech. It's not just a belief system, it is technology. So technology can be used for whatever that tech is capable of doing. So spiritual technologies like prayer, or some people call it just mental science, you can call it that. But spiritual technologies work for everything because they work with the principles that you just heard, those six, but we're going to go over the seventh and eighth. They work on the principles of the universe. So the universe works on those programs. So you'll notice if you look anywhere in nature, if you want to figure out a problem, I'm talking in science, in relationships, in your body, in business, every single one of those laws is present. If you just look, you will find them. So the technology of prayer utilizes the fact that these laws exist, and we leverage those laws by specifying them, or should I say, specializing them for our situation. So let's draw out the golden funnel. Start with this. And I want to talk to you about the infinity symbol, the infinite intelligence. We haven't talked directly about it, but we're going to talk about it tonight. Okay? So, what the whole concept is this infinite intelligence. Let's call this, remember, this is the physical. I'm going to draw a person here and say this is your physical body. This is your physical, and this is your most infinite version of yourself. Now, this limited version of yourself actually gets thoughts to funnel in. That's where you get flashes. That's where you get insights. That's where you get thoughts that come in, feelings that come in. It passes through. Scientists were looking for consciousness in the brain, and they can't find it because consciousness is not located in the brain. But it is a channel for thoughts. So thoughts pass through and can come into the brain and be transmitted by the brain. But consciousness is not in the brain. It's coming to and through. So that's an important fact to understand and distinction to make. So what we're trying to do is not to know everything in our small brain. What we're trying to do is bridge the gap between our limited intelligence and an infinite intelligence. And that's what this infinity symbol is. So the question is how to do that and why to do that. So let's talk about that. This infinite intelligence, I want you to understand it this way. The infinite intelligence is impersonal. Does everybody know what impersonal means? I didn't know it when I first heard it. That's why I'm asking. Everybody, does anybody know what impersonal means?
Impersonal intelligence, from my understanding, would be something that one would just get the knowing without any identity. It's just impersonal. There's no maybe ego attachment. It would be the self without the ego, maybe.
Right. That's a good start. Like it's in that direction. It's basically intelligence that is not a person. Okay, it's intelligence that is not a person. So that would constitute infinity. It is space. So what this means, this is the important fact about this. This intelligence that is infinite cannot know it exists. It does not know it exists at all. Now it's not sorry, let me put on do not disturb on my phone here.
Are you saying there's no reflection?
Not that there's no reflection, but this intelligence it doesn't know. Think of it like this. Think of it like steam or electricity or water or gas. It doesn't know it's there, and you can use the laws of gas, water, fire, earth, however, or electricity, but the electricity doesn't know it exists. If you employ laws that make the electricity flow a certain way, electricity will just flow that way. But it doesn't know that it's doing that. It's
So there's no
almost
consciousness. There's no consciousness within.
It's a challenging question because it is.
There might be a consciousness that we don't perceive, but from man's limited awareness,
Right.
as if there's no consciousness.
Yeah, that's it. That's kind of what it is. So let's just use that as an example. What the point is that the thoughts and intelligence and everything you need to know, all the power, all the capabilities are in this infinite. Now, the infinity, since it's not a person, to us, from our point of view, it can't make decisions. It can't say, I want to go there, or no, I reject your idea, or yes, no, good, bad. It can't make those distinctions. But what it can do is respond. It responds. But here's the deal, this infinite, it wants to express itself. Infinite that wants to express itself is, oh, the only way we can describe this is life. That's the only way. If it just wants to give of itself, it needs nothing because it's infinite. That means it wants to express itself. This is infinite intelligence. You can call it God, you can call it spirit, you can call it whatever you want, but it's a source of infinity. It is infinity itself. What it wants to do is express itself. Okay?
But I is there a resistance? In other words, like the filament, would you say that the infinite intelligence has a filament or has no filament?
This no description can be applied to it.
So we can't discern either way. Okay.
Nothing. So now here's the important part about this. This wants to express itself.
Mm-hmm.
It cannot express itself unless there is a channel to express itself.
Okay.
Now, how do you know? I want you to tell me, how do you know the difference between a tennis ball and a softball? How do you know the difference? Not a trick question. Not a trick question.
Features. The features.
The features. Are they the same or different?
The fuzziness of a tennis ball would be a feature that's unique unto itself.
Mm-hmm.
Is the smoothness of the softball, you said?
The softball and the tennis ball, exactly. It's like one's fuzzy, one's more smooth. One's bigger, one's a little smaller. There are distinctions, right?
And color differences, right? Yeah.
There are color differences as well. So I want you to think of it this way. There is no distinctions to be made.
Mm-hmm.
You can't distinguish between any things. It is no thing. So here you can put, it's not nothing. It's just not a thing. Does this make sense? We're going to define it as just not a thing. It's infinite and it's not a thing.
In mathematics, that'd be called the null set or the empty set?
Empty. It would be emptiness or space. We just call it space. Now, this no thing has to express itself, but there are no distinctions to be made. So what does it have to do? It actually is under the necessity to create a point, an individual, to express itself through. Why? It's the polar opposite, law of polarity. The opposite of infinite space is simply a point. And actually, babe, can you look up the definition of point? Scientific definition of point. So I want y'all to see what the scientific definition of a point is.
It makes a lot of sense because everything points to that one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes. It blows me away how accurate this is to reality. Like, it blows me away.
But it definitely does put a lot of pieces together because I think, like what we were talking about, I've naturally done a lot of this stuff in my life, and I've been perceived as like lucky and all this. And I'm like, I was literally doing all of this without even knowing. So it's kind of nice to put the pieces together because now we can utilize it
exactly
properly and like consistently.
Yes, that's the word.
Yeah.
That is the word, consistently. Because when you see somebody get success and then they fall off, why? Is they didn't know what they did. But once you know what you're doing, you can just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and give it to other people. And that is the goal here in the Empathy Empire. Our goal is to give this to as many people as possible that are ready for the information. Everybody's not ready for the information. If you're ready, you're ready. But when you are ready for it, you can use this. Everybody knows this intuitively. Everybody does this automatically and intuitively. But I want to read what a definition of a point is. So we know space is not able to be defined, right? But look at the scientific definition of a point. A location in space or on a plane, but with no dimensions, area, volume, or density. Okay, listen to this. Space has no dimensions, no density, no volume. But a point, the scientific definition of a point is also a location. That's the only difference. It's a location. Say I am, and that's a location, by the way. Okay. When you say I am, that's a location. You are here and now. Mm-hmm. So that's a location in space or on a plane, but with no dimension. There's no dimensions to a point. And no area, no volume, no density.
Yeah, it's just a location.
Just a location. So when you say I am, what's happening is this infinity is localizing itself. You are a local infinity. Okay, Sarah, you got a question?
Oh, you literally just answered it.
Okay.
Basically just the location, and then it's up to us at that point to create what is in that location.
There we go.
So it's essentially us being a projector, right?
Exactly. So this is how the energy flows. Remember how we showed it? It goes from here. Now, by the way, today we're talking about the technology of prayer. This is the technology of prayer. Now, I will say the nature of the point is the desire to receive, because look, boom, wouldn't it be natural for energy to just flow down and be received here? Yes. This desire is the desire to share. It's an easy way to understand it. It's not, these words are clumsy, so don't cling on to the words, but understand this concept. This infinity is trying to express itself. It needs to have a point in order to express itself. Once it gets to the point, like Sarah said, there's a projection. So imagine a reverse funnel.
Oh my gosh.
And here you are seeing the world through your eyes outward into your world. This is how your world shows up to you. Your world is showing up to you. You just think you're seeing things coming this way. Really, it's a projection. But it seems like it's coming this way. Does this make sense? Is this image kind of making sense to y'all? Okay.
Like an eye.
It's literally the eye and how it operates.
Exactly how it operates. So This is consistent with the human body. This is how you know where truth is. When you find truth, it's everywhere. And it's the place you look, just look at your body. If a teaching is accurate, it's going to mimic your human body. This is how you know for sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt. If you get any information, knowledge, or teaching, it always mimics your physical body. Every technology, look, ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, what does it mimic? Your subconscious mind. And its ability to formulate ideas quickly and give them to you in a succinct way. It's mimicking your subconscious mind. Every technology mimics you. That's how you know when it's truth or it's accurate. It's not because I believe it. No, I have to see a mirror. Now, what are we talking about? Co-respondence. This is the law that wasn't talked about on the Hermetic Principles. It's the law of correspondence. So what does the law of correspondence say? The law of correspondence says, as above, so below. As within, so without. Another way to say it is, if it's like that in a tree, it's like that in me. Y'all heard that? If it's true somewhere, it's true everywhere. If you see something that's true one place but not true another, it's not truth. It's a perception. Okay? Everything that's true is everywhere at once. Very important to understand. So the law of correspondence says, as above, so below. It also says, if anybody understands or reads the Bible or ever read the Bible, it goes, whatever's loosed on earth is loosed in heaven. What's that mean? It just means whatever I say, whatever I do, however I feel, the divine starts to act in that way toward me, gives me a reflection. If I loose an idea in my life, I loose an idea in the heavens to come down. Everything is co-responding. So what I do here, there's a co-responding response from infinity. We're talking about the science, the technology of prayer. Remember this. This is all having to do with the technology of prayer. So what is prayer actually? All prayer is using the law of correspondence. I know if this just wants to share more life, all I have to do is create visions and feel inside of myself for the visions that are deep down in me to share myself, to share joy, to share love. So I need to have love in order to share it. So, infinite creator, I desire to receive love so that I can share it with everybody. That's how you verbalize a goal. Now, what's that do? That puts you in direct alignment with infinity, and it will take up your goal and create it for you. You can say, I want more than enough abundance so that I can share with my family, friends, and everybody else. Guess who it has to flow through? It has to flow through you. This is how you align yourself with the intention of this no thing. It doesn't know what it's doing. It can't make up its mind for it. You determine the specifics. You're the point. You're the will. This needs you to make decisions in order to express its higher potentials. You are the expression of this higher potential, but you have to make the decision because it can't make a decision for you. It's not capable of making decisions. It's like air, fire, water, electricity. Electricity can't make a decision. Electricity is just the electricity. Now, if I organize some wires, some copper wires, and some machinery and mechanics a certain way, I can harness electricity and have it heat my house and light up my house and do things for me. And drive my vehicle and charge my battery to my car. I can harness it, but it can't make a choice. I have to do it for it. Same with this infinite energy, y'all. This infinite energy cannot make decisions for itself. Go ahead, Jay. You muted. Unmute.
Angels must be contacted. Higher self must be contacted. It's the same. I never got this until just now. And I have to admit, guys, I'm 6.5 decades in. So this is wow for me.
Good.
Getting it so late, but getting it.
Good. Hey, it's never too late. Never too late. And remember, I want you to just realize something. Jay, obviously, we see Jay as an incredible being. We can all see this, right? Jay has an electric energy. He has an intelligence to him, right? If Jay can learn, he's saying he's 6.5 decades in, he's never seen this. This is obviously not my intelligence. I'm only, 34? This intelligence is coming from, guess where? It's just coming from the infinite. I simply just ask for wisdom and intelligence. I've asked that my whole life. So I know I'm not the source of what I'm teaching. That's what makes this a little different. This is what makes this feel different when you're in here. Because I don't own the information. This is just coming from the divine. I ask for whatever the divine wants to give me. And that just happens to be a teacher in this moment while I'm on live. Once I get off live, I'm a regular person. And then, it's just whatever happens, happens. I'm not tied to a title. It's just the light. And this is what it wants to teach. So that's what's happening here. This just so happens to be so simple, anybody can understand it. This is the technology of prayer. So first, correspondence. Remember, as above, so below. As above, so below. Whatever you do here, because you're the point of will, this will follow as long as it's in alignment with the tendency of more life. If it's in the tendency of less life or to death to anybody, then it comes and rebounds on you. It'll crush you. The same desire and the same intent that's negative, it may succeed temporarily. It's a small explosion and then it collapses on you. And that's where people get crushed by doing bad things over a long period of time. You see them get crushed. The health deteriorates, the life drains from the face, they lose everything, they lose family. If you do negative toward people, why? It's a correspondence. That's what's happening. So understand, we can choose. Now, there's another thing, last thing before we move on to the next law. You can choose your thought or your state. You can choose that, but you cannot choose the consequences. You can choose your thought, but you cannot choose the consequences. This is what I mean. If I choose to desire to share, and I choose to be generous, I don't have a choice but to receive good back. I can run from it. I could literally run from the good. It will chase me down and grab me, like bear hug me, because it's inevitable for me to get that generosity back. I'm not capable of escaping. Okay. Opposite end, if I'm doing negative toward others, I can't escape the same negative from rebounding on me. And if I think I'm doing good, but I'm actually hurting people, what do I get? My intention counts for something. It does. But ultimately, I just gave this person something. I didn't really give to this person. I stole from them. It's the equivalent of I walk up to a lady on the street and say, ma'am, I want to help you across the street. I probably saw me talk about this before. I want to help you across the street. She's like, no, I'm fine. Nope, I want to help you across the street. I want to give to you. I pick her up. I feel so good walking her across the street. And I put her down. I say, look, see, you got to cross the street. And she said, well, I was waiting on the bus across the street on the other side. Did I really give in that situation? I didn't. Like, I just messed her day up because she didn't want what I was giving her. That's not giving. So in order for me to actually give that other person, you on this call, you have to actually desire to receive what I'm saying, or else I'm not giving. Does that make sense? So that's the laws, that's the rules on giving. So I can't determine my consequences, but I can determine what my intention is and what I do. Now, the goal is to have wisdom to align my intentions with how it actually is. That's what we're learning here is what's the wisdom behind this? How do I want to help people, but how do I actually do it? That's the goal. I want to give, but how do I do it properly with wisdom? So that's what we're looking at. So this is law of correspondence. Next, the next law we're going to talk about is the ultimate law. It's the most beautiful law. I love it. Alicia think this is my favorite law.
It is your favorite law.
I think it is too. I think it might be. I think it might be my favorite. Okay, so the last law, the secret law. This is really the law of all laws. It starts the process. Nothing starts without it. It is called the law of gestation, or known as the law of care. Not love. Care. Okay, it's a difference. Love is the essence of all there is, and it's what comes through after you care. Okay, so the love is the essence of all there is, and that's what comes through after you care. Okay, now the law of gestation says nothing starts until you care enough to take an action. Nothing starts until you care enough to take an action. Now, what's that mean for the infinite? The infinite must be infinite care, because look at all this activity. Right? There would be no activity unless it was the source of it was infinite care. This is just good news. It's good news. And we all feel that somewhere deep down, that something deep down cares about us more than we do. We feel that sometimes. Like something in me just likes me more than I like myself. What is that? It's the infinite care. It can't be diminished by your hate of yourself. Just think about that. That's how beautiful this is. It's the infinite care. So much so that every minute of every day is here caring. So what is it? It's simply your nature. This is who you are at the core. It's actually your ultimate identity. Remember how it works. This infinite law of care is what? When you say I am, who is that? It's just you. That is expressed, this infinite care is expressed through your desire. You only have a desire because, and this desire makes you care. Think about this. You have a desire that makes you care enough to make a decision. Step 5. And that activates the principles. Which activates your why, which makes the how happen on its own. But remember, nothing starts unless there's an infinite care. You have now on a physical level, whatever's loosed on earth, loosed in heaven. Remember, you get the choice. So once you care, how do you know when you care enough? Yes, care starts the domino effect. Good point. What happens when you care enough? You will see yourself taking action. It's the outcome. So if you want to know if you care enough, see if you take an action in that area. That's the proof. Now, here's the flip side, law of polarity. Here's law of polarity. Watch this. If I take action on it consistently enough, I'll end up caring. Let's say that again. If I care enough, I'm going to take action. Law of polarity says if I take action, I'll end up caring.
Mm-hmm. So what you said feels like a divine inheritance to care like infinite source.
It is. It absolutely is. Once you get to the point where you care infinitely, meaning about everybody unconditionally, guess what happens? You get unconditional returns. This is the whole game. The game is to overcome your selfish nature to just want to receive for yourself alone. That's the game. That's the game. We all have built in a desire to receive for ourselves alone. It's not bad or good. It just is what it is. It's not bad. We actually need a desire to receive because why? It's a correspondence to the desire to share. But in order for us to express this way, in order for us to express in the world the way we want to so that we get a return, we have to become where we started. We have to become the infinite desire to share. That has to start here. We have to become this. So remember, in law of cause and effect, once something becomes an effect, which we are, this is the cause and this is the effect becomes a cause in itself. Let's say that again. When there's a cause and an effect, the effect becomes a cause in itself. So you want to be the ultimate cause. That means you can no longer blame anyone. That means you can't make any excuses. That means no more alibis. That means no justifying your current situation anymore. It's no more of that. You can't do that anymore if you want to create your life. You can't create your life if someone else is responsible. So it's not for them. It's not forgive them. No, I want my life back is the point. It's not about I'm a good person. I'm such a good moral person. That's irrelevant. You want control of your life is what you want. Therefore, I'm infinite care. I care about everybody unconditionally. That's what I'm doing. Why? I know what it does. Exactly
what they're doing.
You see? This is the game, and this is the technology of prayer. Everything we're talking about is the technology of prayer. Can you see how this is a technology, not just a belief system? Can you see how every law is just logic? I don't have to think that much. It's very obvious when you know the law. That's why principles are important. This section is actually what we're studying today, if you haven't noticed yet. What we're studying today is we're studying principles. Or you can otherwise known as laws. We're studying the principles part of the golden funnel. This is the principles. It teaches you how to use the technology. You putting this in your mind. So when you repeat these ideas, what ends up happening is we get off the Zoom call and you start to do this. Why? Your subconscious mind is already receiving the information. This information is this is the beauty about truth. Truth, your subconscious mind doesn't have the capability of denying absolute truths. It has the capability of denying relative truths. Your conscious mind does. But it doesn't have the capability of denying absolute truths. It penetrates. It actually comes out of you. It comes from the core. So as we're talking about this, this is what you'll feel. You'll feel something come out. It's like this. Right from here. It's just right. You're experiencing yourself. You're experiencing this identity come out here. You're experiencing it. This is not a concept. You're actually experiencing it, but there were no words to it before. There was nobody to explain what's going on. That's what's happening. So how do we use this? How do we actually use this? Anybody got any questions, comments, observations?
I was just going to say that, like, you were making a point of cause and effect and, taking responsibility for yourself. It's living a fully authentic life. It's not masking. It's not putting up a front saying you're okay and you're living a double life. You're not, being two-faced with friends. You're actually, bringing your full self to each relationship and moving intentionally. And you try to trick yourself, your ego gets into it and you're like, I think I can get away with this. But when you really align yourself, universe just kind of slaps you in the face. Mm-hmm. But it's really rewarding once you do live authentically.
Mm-hmm. Oh. You got it. Thank you. Sarah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Living a totally authentic life. That's a perfect way to say it. And that's a buzzword now. Everybody talk about authenticity. Not many people really recognize what that is because they don't know who they are. Mm-hmm. How could I be authentic if I'm totally disconnected from my ultimate self?
And it's true, too, that authenticity is the highest vibration, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So that's ultimately where you want to be when you're doing stuff like this. Because if you're not because I think this is also why I was so inconsistent throughout my life, because I was in a relationship that I was trying to make work that wasn't going to work. It wasn't something that I wanted, but I stayed, because of guilt, shame, all that kind of stuff. And then once I fully started to align myself, choose myself, stop people pleasing, put up boundaries, all of this stuff started happening. Mm-hmm. It's wild.
It is. The energy get a perfect channel to flow through. Total alignment, total authenticity. Thank you for that, Sarah. That's such a good point. Any other questions, comments, or observations before we move to the next section? Okay, so we got a synopsis of these 7 laws. Now, mind you, you don't have to remember this stuff. It's unnecessary to remember. Your subconscious mind is hearing and listening and accepting every single thing that's true for your soul. And what you'll notice is off the call, you'll walk into your regular life and you'll catch yourself doing it. Y'all probably already noticed it. You catch yourself just doing the things that you learned. It's like you catch yourself doing it. It's not like I need to try it. No, you just catch yourself feeling better. You know what I mean? Catch yourself just thinking differently. You catch yourself doing it because your subconscious mind is accepting. It's so clear. It's sound-minded. There's no extra added to it. There's nothing to contradict. I'm not telling you what you can or can't do. We're just showing principles. There we go, Jay, thank you. Connecting the dots. That's it. When the dots connect, it releases energy that has always been there. when the dots connect. It's neural pathways connected. So connecting the conscious dots is connecting the dots in the brain or neurons in the brain. Co-respondence, as above, so below. You're actually rewiring your brain by just listening to this. If you want more to understand more about that, read the book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. It'll explain that a little bit better. What to say when you talk to yourself. Okay, let's move on to the next section. This is all under the guise of the technology of prayer. The technology of prayer. So now we understand the technology. Now, what do you do after this? What do you do after? Here's what you're going to do. All right. Number one, I want you to, we're going to review this, but I want you to meditate, if you aren't already, 20 minutes a day. Now, I'm going to give you some simple instructions on what I learned, and I got it from a book called the Bhagavad Gita. Anybody ever read that book? Okay. Bhagavad Gita, I know Jay is like, yes. I learned it from the Bhagavad Gita. It's very simple. So it's a lot of theories about meditation. There are guided meditations. There are this visualization, is that visualization, is a bunch of different things. We're going to keep it simple. All meditation is concentrating on a single point. Okay? It's just concentration on a single point. So what you do is, and this is important for anybody to learn meditation. This is what you want to be doing this in the morning and right before you go to sleep. Okay? All you do, here are the instructions. Take your phone and go to the timer and just click 20 minutes. Okay? Click 20 minutes. If you can't do 20 minutes, just do 10. But 20 minutes or 10. Now, you're going to set the phone down, sit in a comfortable spot. You can sit in a chair. You don't have to cross your legs. You don't have to sit lotus. You don't have to put your hands in a certain position. None of that. All you have to do is sit comfortably. Okay? Now, close your eyes. And all you need to do is focus your attention on the tip of your nose. And breathe in and breathe out. Your goal is to focus on the tip of your nose. That is your goal. Here's what's going to happen. As soon as you sit down to do this, your mind will start talking. Okay? If you ever tried this, this is what's going to happen. Your mind will start to talk. It will say what you need to do that day. It'll think about the laundry. It'll think about the kids. It'll think about the bills. It'll think about your everything else except the damn tip of the nose. Once you catch yourself going off somewhere, simply focus back on your nose. That's it. That's the game. Every time you come back to your nose, you win. This is how you meditate. Now, when the timer goes off, stop it and walk away and go start your day. That's all you have to do. If you do that, that is going to be the beginner meditation. That's all you need to do. Okay? Make sense for everybody? Jay, what you had to say something to say?
Yeah, so the only variation, if you will allow the variation, focusing on the navel, because it's easier when you breathe in and out, you just focus on it rising and falling.
Perhaps. That's a good idea too. Because that's a good point. Either one works. Because all it is remember, it's just concentration on the point. That's it. As long as you concentrate, you have to have, see, a lot of people do a lot of different things. Meditation is, I focus on a point, one point, that's it. And as long as you come back to that point, tip of the nose, or like Jay said, navel, either way,
it doesn't matter. Focus on that point. Or an outie. It doesn't matter.
There we go. Okay. We got that. Everybody got that? All right. You want to do this every day for the rest of the time. Here's what's happening while you do this. When you meditate, you are literally going from here to here. That's all you're doing. When you do that, you are going from here to here. What is this? It's infinite intelligence. You are basically bridging the gap. That's it. And this gives you clarity, space, more intelligence, more awareness, and things just start working more harmoniously. That's what happens in a golden funnel when you meditate. Okay, so that's number one. Second thing that you want to do, okay, after you come out of meditation, number two, 30 minutes. Now, this is at any point during the day. I recommend mornings. I noticed 30 minutes to an hour. All you're going to do is talk out loud to the intelligence inside of you. That's all you're doing. All you're doing is talking out loud. Talk to yourself. That's what you're doing. Talk to your soul. If you need to put it that way, talk to your soul. Talk to yourself. That's all you're doing. And what you're doing is you don't ask. Here's what you don't do. You don't ask for things. You don't say, give me a car, give me a house, give me this, give me that, give me this person, give me that. You don't say, give me, give me, give me. Not for outside things. You are only allowed to ask for clarity for yourself and to change yourself. It's the only thing you are allowed to ask for. So what I do sometimes is I say, okay, I'm requesting strength to be humble. I'm requesting the strength to be humble and to diminish my ego so that the light can come through. That's what I'm requesting. I request that I become less so that the light can become more. I request that I have the strength to catch an awareness, to catch my opponent in my mind and reject the idea, know that it's from the creator, know that it's good for me, and see the thing to change. I'm requesting the wisdom to see what to do. That's the request you make. Let's say you got a problem in a business. All you have to do, this is very important. You walk around 30 minutes to an hour by yourself. Not with music, not with anything. Walk around 30 minutes to an hour by yourself. Okay, I'm seeking a solution to the problem. I'm seeking a solution to the problem of my business. Show me what I need to change. Show me what I need to change and how I need to think and what's there that I need to change to create the solution in this business. Show me, show me, show me, show me. And you got to be so sincere when you ask. I promise you, you will get an answer. Have a notepad with you, you will be writing. The answer will come through. Just write. If you want an answer, you might just want, hey, give me the peace of mind. Give me peace of mind. I just want peace of mind. Peace of mind. Give me peace of mind. I just want to experience peace of mind. Peace of mind. Peace of mind. Just give me peace of mind. That's what I want. I want peace of mind inside. I want peace. Say whatever it is that you need or what you want to create. By doing that, guess what? Here's what happens. Here's what happens. The infinite is connected directly to who you are, and it essentially funnels down the answer. Boom, it hits you. That's what happens. It funnels the answer down. Boom. So it actually hits your person. That's what's happening. It happens automatically. You should be doing this. I say 30 minutes to an hour. I do this all day. I'm doing it all day. All day. Because I'm looking for guidance. I want to know what to do next. All right, tell me what to do right now. What do I feel like doing? What's the feeling? Show me how to listen to my feelings better. Show me how to listen to my gut better. I want to listen to my gut better. Show me how to listen to myself. Show me how to listen to this intelligence. Show me how to use this technology. I don't know what Josh is talking about. Show me how to use it. Show me. You'll be shown your way that makes sense for you. Go ahead, Jay.
This is parallel to what you do, and I don't know if it's valid or over the top. So there's a thing called a mudra, like muscle testing, where you press down or press up, and you get
arm.
That would be for someone else helps you, but if you're doing it yourself, it'd be your fingers. You would have basically the middle finger is Saturn, the index finger is Jupiter. Jupiter is positive yes, Saturn is negative no. And when you press down, you ask a question: am I Chinese? It goes no. Born in the USA, it goes yes. It comes up the response like a muscle test. Is that a variation of this, or that would be?
I would say this is what I would say. That's a little more complex. You can do that, but this is a little different.
I know it's totally different. That's why I said it's not the same track. But
yes.
I was like the muscle testing idea. Like, is this food right for me?
Yes.
Or I get away with it right now. Is that kind of questions you would ask as well?
You can ask those questions for sure. Yeah. You can ask anything. You can ask absolutely anything. That's a good point. Ask about the smallest things. Ask about anything and everything, I recommend. Because you will be surprised what you hear. That just comes up. It's like, it's going to be certain things that you don't expect to hear. Definitely do those things. The stuff that you don't think is like, why would I do that? Definitely do that. Because what happens is you break your logic. Your logic is keeping you where you are currently. When you ask for an answer and it tells you to do something that seems illogical, definitely do that. Because it's breaking your logic and it's putting you on a path that doesn't make sense to the person you are currently. But it is the person you are at the deepest level. Break your logic. Your logic is a part of your paradigm that has you here. You want to be a part of your paradigm that's taking you there. Mm-hmm. Break the logic. Okay? If you take one way to work all the time, drive another way to work. Anything that's different and out of the ordinary, anything, I'm talking to anything that's different, you have to break routines. Your routines keep you where you currently are, not where you're going. Okay? It's going to sound totally illogical. And look, don't listen to me. Okay? Good question. You said, what if you stop hearing your answer? Tanya just asked, what if you stop hearing your answer? Just when you first hear the answer, just do it. That's how you don't get into the brain all in the head. Because the head is going to come in and start talking to you. So just do it immediately. Or this is what I used to do when I was trying to figure out if it was my gut or if it was my head. This is what I used to do. I would ask a question. First thing I heard, write it down. No matter how logical it was. And then my brain would come in afterward. And I would sometimes go do what my brain said, but I would keep the page with me. I would keep what the answer was. And I'll finish the cycle and it would be wrong every time I follow my brain. And then I look at the thing and like, I should have done this. And every single time it showed me how accurate my gut is. It's always right. Listen, when I say always, I'm not using that word lightly. It's always right. Now, you might follow your gut and then you lose your job. It's like, I followed my gut. It was supposed to work. That was supposed to happen if you followed your gut. Finish the job and you'll see why you lost the job. Or you'll see why you lost the person. It's not a loss. It's a replacement. This is how it works 100% of the time. Okay? Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, you triggered another memory about always following the gut. So when I posted in one of your video miniatures, there's the five senses: hear, taste, touch, smell. That's three-dimensional. There's intuition, which is four-dimensional, because you're now bridging to the fifth dimension, the quintessence. The quintessence is direct knowing. So the caveat about trusting intuition versus direct knowing is intuition is maybe 99.9% there, but there could be a little direct knowing is that's the 100% game over solid. So in the beginning, get some clarity on what's absolute versus relative, because relative truth might be it's true for me alone and not anybody else. Absolute truth would be infinite, everyone's truth. So absolutely delineations that I wanted to add.
You. Sure. Thank you. For sure. That's actually true. That's very correct. And the only way you know that is just test it. You have to test yourself. So, and you get to the point where I hate to use the word knowing sometimes because it can confuse us with thinking. So when we say no, we might think that that's my thoughts. It's not your thoughts. It's not your thoughts. So that's the reason why the gut is the easier beginner place. So start with the gut. The gut always knows. And then you will come into a place, like Jake said, of absolute knowing. It's beyond a shadow of a doubt. It's totally crystal clear. Okay? Go ahead.
There's another piece now. So physically in the body, the correlation of the brain would be see, taste, touch, smell. access. The heart would be intuition. The dantian would be direct knowing, the gut. So the gut, the reason why you want to get your six pack is you want to get absolute clarity, and your body super healthy. Your gut will be clear, and then your consciousness will be clear. Your emotions will lift because you're not polluting the body temple. Okay, I said it.
That actually makes a lot of sense, Jay, because like I unknowingly did like I was telling Josh about this, like I unknowingly did like a fast after my car accident, and that actually happened to me where I had intense like clarity. I was like, when I closed my eyes and stuff like that, I could see images of people. Like it was insane the amount of connectedness I had. Like I can't really explain it unless you've like really gone through it, but just saying that it makes a lot of sense. But I also know a lot too, like there's a lot of components that go through like my journey of what I've been through with like chakras and stuff like that and blockages through trauma. And I think part of this too is that a lot of people, it's hard for them to like trust their intuition or their gut because they've been set to question it. Due to abuse, trauma, all that kind of stuff, right? So being able to also, this whole journey, it's that whole spiritual sense of like healing yourself to be able to access this kind of stuff. Because if you can't take care of that and live authentically on that side, you cannot do any of this, at least consistently. Does that make sense? And also, am I aligned with that? Does that, okay, cool. I just want to get 100% thought on my brain.
100%. Thank you. Because that's absolutely true. Which leads us to the third thing. The third thing is literally just follow the gut. That's really the third thing. So number one, meditate twice a day. What this is going to do is help you to maintain a clearer connection. It's like clearing the channel of connection between you and your infinite self. Number two, 30 minutes to an hour of talking, self-talk. You're talking out loud to the source within you of intelligence. You're asking it questions directly from within you. If you need to say follow your soul or listen to your soul, use that as a word. But you are talking directly to you. Just remember that. You know everything. At the deepest levels you do. So talk out loud every day. And then three, follow the gut through the day. So here's what'll happen. The phrase is, go as far as you can see. When you get there, you will see further. That's my mantra. Alicia will tell you. It's my mantra. I do not need to know all of it. I just need to go as far as I have been shown. When I get there, I will see further. That's all you have to do. I'm going as far as I can see. When I get there, I will see further. I'm going as far as I can see from there. When I get there, I will see further. And I'll just keep following my gut for the rest of my life. So what this does is it keeps you in a constant state of connection 24 hours a day. This is deliberate connection. Right here is deliberate connection for a short period of time. And this is the rest of the day connection. You'll stay in activity, or you might sit, you might rest, but your gut will tell you what to do. This is all you are doing. Okay? Tips for self-talk. Is that what you asked? Tips for self-talk?
Yeah, I was saying a tip that I use for myself, just personally, like I like to go out in the mornings first thing and kind of like go run errands and be active. So like one thing I do is I pick like one of my favorite high vibe songs that just puts me in that state. And then I keep it on loop while I'm just sitting there kind of talking to myself. And it kind of helps things flow. A lot of stuff flows when I'm in my car by myself. So that I just wanted to throw that out because I know like people are like, they might be like, oh crap, like 30 minutes to an hour just talking randomly, like when someone walks in or whatever. Be in your car, people will never know.
Yeah, it's true. That's a good point. Because that's me and Alicia's sanctuary is our car. That is our sanctuary. But everybody, this is essentially it. This is the end. By the way, my apologies for not sending out the homework. I was supposed to send out the homework, but it was probably a reason I didn't. This is actually what you want to be doing. This. We just went over the golden funnel. I want you to re-listen to these things, especially the one we did today. It's a big one because it shows you the technology of prayer. Now you can use this on your specific goal. So if you wrote down a specific goal, now you can use this as it relates to that goal. You will be getting instruction. You will be getting direction. Now, here's what's going to happen next. I want to start doing one-on-ones with everybody, if possible. And this is what I want. Schedule your one-on-one after you hear from your gut what your goal is and what the next task is. That's what I want to know. So I want to know, after you do this, you should get an answer. Once you get an answer, message me. You will get an answer. Okay, you will get an answer. So after you get the answer, message me. Tell me what it was. Okay, I feel like I'm supposed to do da-da-da-da. Here's what's going to happen. Right after you send it to me, you might get scared. That's usually what happens. I'm telling you, people say, I know what I need to do, and they tell me, and then right after they tell me, like, shit, I shouldn't have told them because he's about to make me do it. And I am. Oh, okay, I'm going to make you do everything you say you know you need to do. Everything. I'm going to make you do everything. Because if you, I can't help but not to. That's my job. That is my job. My job is to get you to do what you already know you need to do. Not what I tell you to do. It's irrelevant what I tell you to do. It's what you tell you to do. So everybody now is like, oh shit, I know what's gonna happen. Yep, that's right. So once you tell me, you're gonna get an answer. If it feels a little uncomfortable, good. It's supposed to. It's supposed to. And then once you know, send it to me, and I promise you, you're gonna do it. And once you do it, it's going to open so much up. That's where the miracles happen. So usually, by the way, in this 30-day boot camp, this is what I noticed. About week 3, we noticed that actually end of the second week was the miracles started happening because of what the activity. But this group is a little different. Y'all are more focused, more dialed in, more attuned. I have no idea what y'all going to experience, okay? I have no idea because it becomes miraculous. And the stories I start hearing, I'm like, what the it blows my mind what people be saying. I'm like, I cannot believe that happened. Me and Alicia get off the call, we just start talking like, I can't believe that happened. This stuff is crazy that happens. And it's amazing too. It's like people heal relationships, certain health problems go away, people get money out of nowhere. It's like stuff they wanted to happen for years just start happening.
Stuff they didn't even realize.
Didn't even realize. A lot of the times, the stuff you don't realize, that is like it just hits you. You cry. You go into bliss tears because you've been wanting, you gave up on a dream. It just starts happening. I'm telling you, that's about the end of the second week when I see this stuff happen. But y'all are on a whole different level. Y'all are on a whole different level, especially in this mastermind that y'all got. This mastermind is clear. I know probably first day was like, I don't know. Okay. Second day it was like, okay, a little bit. Now today, y'all clicking. You can probably feel it too. You're clicking mentally, consciously, because you have enough contacts over time. It's called spaced repetition. So the more you meet together at the same time, I think this is the advantage of live calls. The more you meet at the same time, the more linked up your brain get with the group, especially when you learn the same thing. That releases capabilities and y'all start to share each other's brain. You start to share each other's capabilities. If a person can heal in a group who couldn't before, that healing capability goes to you. If somebody can make money in a group and you couldn't, money starts coming to you. You start to get access to capabilities of everybody's consciousness. It's unbelievable. I'm telling you, it's like miracles that happen. They blow my mind every single time. So I'm excited for y'all. I don't know what's going to happen, though. But I'm excited to see what happens. So once y'all get what your gut tells you to do, send it to me. Once your gut tells you what to do, send it to me. Okay? I'm going to keep you accountable. You're going to do it, and it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. All right? Anybody got any questions, comments, or observations?
Just saying that Jay and I are on the same wavelengths.
You're like, yep, money. You know, I'm just
well, and the thing is that the funny thing is I used to work for the Federal Reserve. So like this is kind of cool that you mentioned that, Jay, because not a lot of people know, and I've been talking about it for years, and now it's starting to come to fruition, and it's cool. Like,
Here we go.
Yeah,
Here
that's
we
what I'm
go.
saying.
See, this is
I
this
can
is the
add-
game right here.
I can add,
Insider, right? Go
beyond
ahead.
insider, I came out with the crowd that's made it happen. So yeah, the real deal. What's going on? It's in slow motion, but wonderful things are happening in this world behind the curtain, and the reveal is coming. It's just takes time. You got to have a lot of patience because there's a lot of stuff going on. But the good news is, good things are happening
Good.
based on what I've
It's
been.
just cool to see it like finally start to pan out. You just gotta kind of sit there and flow and not listen to the noise because they're trying to throw you off and let you lean into fear. So it's really cool. But I'm really excited about everybody in this class too. I can't wait to see what we can do together.
I have no idea. I'm excited too. You see me cheese and I can't help it. I can't wait to see the miracles. I have no idea what you're going to create, but it feels good.
The magic is the synchronicity, the readiness, the preparation, the unfolding, and the dominoes that are lining up. As one domino falls, the others that are in alignment will fall with them. So this is what the idea is of they call it the mastermind, where everyone's
Mastermind.
coming together because you just inherit by being present what's going on. You just get it because it's there to be gotten, there to be
Yes.
had.
It's there to be had. I love it. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for everybody who shared today. And I see it's a lot of people who came in a little bit later. I'm happy that y'all made it. We're going to post this live or this video later, probably tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to be a lot more organized with the homework. Okay. But actually, this is the homework now. This is I'm happy you didn't do that one because this is actually more important. You need to actually request this to find out what do I really want? Not even what I want. It's give me the answers. Let's talk to the creator within you. And it'll come through. Send it to me. I'm gonna keep you accountable. Get ready for miracles.
Just want to add that you brought a tear to my eye, or the group brought a tear to my eye tonight. And I'm like, oh my God, I got a tear to my eye. What's going on? Yeah, it's good stuff. They're coming down now. They're
Good.
They're welling up.
Good.
Love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the family. I love y'all. Like if y'all got questions, message it. Please share your stories.
Yes.
The stories that you share are so important. Even if it seems small, it's not. You have no idea who needs it in the group and who is for.
Yeah, please.
Share.
I agree. I mean, I'm sharing, but I feel like I'm oversharing, and I don't mean to overshare, but I feel like if I have something of value, I want to put it on the table.
Yeah.
Everyone really has something of value once you start trusting your own process. And that the key is to believe in what's happening and to trust it and to really, acknowledge it. Because if you do all the work, if you write everything down, if you take an extra hour or two a day or whatever it takes to keep up with the pace that we're going, unbelievable, amazing things are on the plate. They're happening.
Yes.
100%.
Jay, spot on. I can't stress that enough. I say it, but I can't stress it enough. The momentum you get from showing up every day, and it's the day that you don't feel like showing up that you should. Trust me. It's the day that you don't feel like it. Where probably somebody tonight, you're like, I ain't feel like doing it, but you jumped on anyway. Yep, it's that night. I'm telling you, it's that night. Lisa, your facial expressions say so much all the time. I love it. All right, look, I'm hopping off here. I'm gonna be respectful of y'all time. I love you. I'll see y'all in the group, okay? Peace.